UFC Fight Night Canada. Welcome, everyone, to Winning in the Shadows. Andy and Jim are going to break down every fight and tell you about a 5% best bet that we have. And first off, I just want to shout out to everyone that just joined us every Tuesday night for our Contender Series live show. First off, thank you, and you're welcome for all the live bets. We capped off an incredible week of Contender Series with Tuesday. I think all said and done, I think I counted 9-1 in my account. So
we fired away.
it was an yeah, and there was only
away.
6 fights. So there was some really, really good bets on that one. And thank you for everyone that joined us live. If you're in our Discord, we posted all of our notes for every fighter that got a contract. That's free in our Discord. Every fighter that got a contract, we did a write-up on, and that is in our Discord. So you guys have access to that when they go to the UFC. You already have your research already done for you. But point is, we're live this Saturday for this UFC Fight Night. More live bets. We were able to get Fig at even money, which still blows my mind. Last Saturday, the live bets have been an incredible source of profit. So make sure you join us here on the Winning in the Shadows YouTube channel. But let's get into every fight breakdown here, and we're starting with a barn burner, Melissa Croden and Tainara Lisboa. You're gonna laugh, Jim. I actually have a strong opinion on this fight. I'm wondering what your thoughts are.
I'm going to guess what your strong opinion is. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and you're going to take Melissa Croden
Okay.
to beat Lisboa.
Why do you think that?
Your reason being is Lisboa's injury history
Okay.
and never being the same again. It was a lengthy issue. We had, 2-year layoff? ACL reconstructive surgery. Long time just to get back into the ring.
Okay.
That's my guess. Am I in the realm?
No.
Okay.
I love Lisboa. Croden's
All
gonna
right.
get-
Okay.
Croden is such. I don't even say fraud check. No. I'm so out on Croden. Okay. So we have a part-time job theory. This is not what she does for a living. She fights kind of wherever the hell she feels like it. She loses to Cavalcante in 2023. Then fights this Catherine Lander, which this fight was awful. It was absolutely awful. And then she gets another cakewalk in Ashley Dean. Croden likes to clinch, and it's a good thing because she can't punch. If she does not win the clinch or get this to the ground, good night, Croden. She is going to get pieced up on the feet. That is the Lisboa, you have one job. Don't get pushed up against the fence. Keep your distance. Don't get taken down, and you will piece this woman apart. I don't believe in the part-time fighter thing. Let me ask you this, Jim. Is Melissa Croden getting a fight in UFC if this is in Iowa or Vegas or Florida
I'm so
or New
glad
York?
you brought this up. There's 2 fighters on this card that fit the mold of our local fighter theory, and she's one of them.
Yes. She ain't getting a fight in UFC.
100% one of them. Yep.
Yes, yeah. So she's not UFC ready. She's not UFC caliber. She's got a pretty big frame. She can clinch. If she does, it's going to be really boring. And Lisboa, even though she's only fought a couple more times, she has fought in the UFC. She's fought Jessica Rose Clark. She's fought Ravena Oliveira. She got held down for Luana Santos, but Lisboa striking is way, way better. I think she ends up getting this win. And to be honest, I think Croden melts. Don't be surprised if Lisboa gets something. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if this fight did not go the distance. But I love Lisboa. I don't believe in Melissa Croden in the slightest. That's my take.
I completely agree with you.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Melissa Croden is the local fighter that is getting a shot to fight on a UFC because they don't have any other Canadian women to fight. What do you throw her against Jillian Robertson? I think that fight's going to go. Like, they need Jillian to fight some better competition. So if they want to get Lisboa on the card, she's got a fight needs. Also, again, going back to the injury, long time removed from the surgery now. So
Agreed.
I don't fault her for that loss that she's coming off of. Again, she got held down. It wasn't like she got destroyed. She got held down. She got submitted in 2. But that's the first fight back. This is now an extended period of time. She's got her sea legs back underneath her. I think it's her, and I think she's going to lock up a submission in 2 or 3. Croden
I love
is a
this.
fish out of water in this fight.
I agree. So it's scary to say we're all in on Lisboa. It's a kind of
Terrifying.
a lower level women's fight. You don't want to, go big on it. But we both, it turns out, without talking about this, really, really like Lisboa. And you're getting really good odds on this one. That's the other nice thing about it. So, Azamat Bekoev against Belgaroui. Jim, you and I know Belgaroui quite well. And again, this stems from we follow these Contender Series guys. This research from Contender Series, I'm telling you, it pays dividends way down the line. I'm going to start. I want you to start, and let's talk about this Belgaroui because we're both not a believer.
Well, we've seen what we're going to see from Belgaroui. The big thing with him for me is that I don't see how he makes improvements anywhere. Like, I just don't see us being caught off guard. Like, he's going to come out looking like some kind of monster. He fights this Taiga, we'll call him. Guy had absolutely no business being on Contender Series. And
It was bad.
the kicker is he don't even look good in the win. It goes to round 3. That should have been, if you're a UFC level fighter, you take Taiga out back and you get rid of him in the first round. No messing around, especially on Contender Series. I think his striking is overrated. I believe he's got tall man defense. I don't believe there's any wrestling to speak of that could be dominant whatsoever. I think this is all right, we gave this guy a contract. He got himself a finish. What are we going to do? I know. Let's throw him to a guy who has legit skills in Bekoev. Very interesting part about this fight is that it was canceled and rebooked.
Can I also
What
throw
does
a
that
wrench?
tell you? Go ahead.
I don't think Dana gave him a contract. That's how bad he was.
Did he
against
not get
Taiga.
one?
I don't think he got one.
I'm going to have to go back and look.
I'm pretty sure he didn't. It's been a year since then.
If he didn't, I'll go back and look and see if we did.
I'm pretty
but if
sure he
didn't,
did not
then this
get a
is,
contract.
Yeah, even worse of a look.
Dana's
now you're
not
just
giving
bringing
you a
the
contract and a
sacrificial lamb.
finish win.
The fact that
rough.
they rebooked this fight from August till now says everything. This is a strategy that we've been looking at is where are these fights booked and when? The fact that they're rebooking this tells you, okay, we have to make this fight happen because we need Bekoev to just destroy this guy and build him up. I think if you didn't know by now, Bekoev finishes this guy inside of 2. That's where I'm at.
I agree. Bekoev's an interesting one. Struggles against our boy Dylan Budka, which is not great. Split decision against Dylan Budka. That's not great. Chauncey Foxworth was a pretty, interesting, close fight. It's closer than if you're just looking at Tapology. Oh, he knocked him out in the second. That was a lot closer. So you have this Lucas Fernando. He's a real fighter. So goes to decision, and then he gets into UFC, and I'm just gonna say I think the vitamins changed because he all of a sudden kills Zachary's in a violent finish on ground and pound, and then Ryan Loder is a legit wrestler, and Bekoev stuffs it and beats Ryan Loder within an inch of his life in this one. There was a level of violence that we haven't seen from Bekoev, and you don't normally see that when they enter the UFC. Normally, you would have liked to have seen it before. Something's changed with him. I'll just leave it at that. With his training, the prayers, and the vitamins. And I think Bekoev absolutely dog walks Belgaroui. Belgaroui, like you said, tall man defense. People are going to see him at face-offs and be like, oh, look at this. Look how tall he is. And it's like, well, wait till you see his lack of cardio in the second round. Wait till you see that he doesn't know how to use his length. Like, that's another big thing. Like, he doesn't really know how to use these. Bekoev's going to walk through anything Belgaroui throws at him, probably take him down and get this thing on the ground. But, yeah, you and I have been excited to fade Belgaroui, and I am not going to pass up the opportunity to fade this guy. I'm stunned that there's people nervous about this one. I think Belgaroui puts on a pretty awful performance.
Well, look at the experience advantage as well, and I'll go back to it again. Guess who they wanted Bekoev to fight? Torres Finney.
Because Bekoev said, give me your wrestlers.
Yes.
Like give me these guys. I'll knock out
You
Torres
want him out of
Finney.
here? We'll get him out of here for you. Just like our boy on Tuesday that got rid of Freddie Vidal.
Vidal.
Yep.
Thank you.
His favorite guy.
Thank you. Yeah, so let's give Bekoev a win, and then you can get Torres Finney out of here. You can get some of these other wrestlers that Dana doesn't like. Yeah, it's like Bekoev's like Dana's new like personal security, the bodyguard, the fixer. So it's a great move from Bekoev. Give me all your wrestlers, I'll get them out of here. I love it. All right, move on to Stephanie Luciano and Ravena Oliveira. We have not seen Oliveira in quite a while. I have no strong opinion on this fight. What about you?
I'm going to keep this really short. I don't care who wins. Fight goes to decision. It's a strawweight women's fight. I'm not interested in betting on either girl. This will end up being a total pass for me.
Okay, we don't
That's
need
it.
to waste.
I literally have nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to put my money on any of them.
Well, sometimes there's fights you want to talk about and get good bets on. You're right. I'm not picking either one of them. Kyle Prepolec and Drew Dober. I know you're going to have an opinion on this one. What do you think?
Well, this is the other homegrown local fighter, in my opinion here. What does Kyle do well? I'm trying to figure it out, besides take short notice fights and get smoked in it. You could say that him lasting to round 2 against Benoit Saint Denis was an accomplishment. I firmly believe that Benoit Saint Denis was easy on him in that fight. Especially looking at the Saint Denis that we have now, right?
Yeah.
Definitely took it easy on him. And when it went south, it still went south quickly in a bad way. Kyle's no spring chicken either. He's in his mid-30s. I just don't believe he's UFC level, and never was. He saved a card. That's great. Very interesting name on here is Michael Dufort. The fact that they had this set for May 9th, and that fight got canceled. Michael Dufort is another Canadian, I wouldn't say star. He's in the PFL. He's okay. But that was a Canada fight where they were probably going to try to build that up a little bit, and I think it was to prop up Dufort, much more dangerous striker. So I'm going to say that Drew Dober gets back on the winning streak here. I just don't see what violence Kyle can bring to Drew Dober, even if that chin is gone or going. That is not going to be – it's not even close to the competition that he fought. I mean, look at this list of just violence that they've been throwing Drew Dober to. Matt Frevola causes car crashes. Ricky Glenn is what it is. They gave him a layup. Moicano's violent. Silva's violent. Manuel Torres' middle name is Violence. And now they're going to give him Kyle? This really seems like a thank you to Drew Dober. Listen, man, you've done a lot for us. We're going to throw you this local guy on the Canada card. You good fighting in Canada? Yep, I'm great. As long as you're not giving me somebody with 12 knockouts in the first round, I'm in. Drew Dober should get back on the winning track here. Haven't bet it yet. I'm thinking this fight doesn't go is the best way to play this. If Drew Dober's chin is really shot and he gets taken down and submitted, great, we win. If Drew just nukes Kyle, we win. So that's where I would play it to stay safe is fight doesn't go or under 2.5.
Agreed. Yeah, when Dober's losing, he's losing to the heaviest hitters. Man, Torres, Gene Silva, my God, these guys hit and fact is, he made one dumb mistake against Moicano.
Great point.
In the third round, he made one dumb mistake, and that cost him on the scorecards. It was 1-1. He messed up. That easily could have been a win. He knocked out a plumber. But yeah, they give him Frevola, Silva, Torres. These are just, these are two guys that are going to stand and strike. I agree with you that the best way is to not take a side. You're not laying minus 500 on Drew Dober with that chin. So you're taking the under. Dober knocks him into next week, or there's a chance that Dober's chin is more gone than we thought, and just the slightest, nice landed touch from Prepolec gets through. So I'm with you under. It's kind of the only way that I would play this one. All right, move on to Danny Barlow and Jourdain Santos. And when we bet on fights with our own money, we have a couple sayings. One is ride the streaks, and one is bet the bad. It's hard to be great every single time out. Bad is just bad. We think Jourdain Santos is bad, and he is bad. Like this guy's not. He's not long for the UFC. losing to Ozzy Diaz is a bad look. And I went back and watched this fight. In the first round, I was like, Santos looks better. He's looks better than I thought. He's got a lot of volume. He's kind of landing some stuff. And then round 2, I was like, oh, here we go. And then in round 3, he's just getting his ass kicked all over the ring. It was a warranted loss. We correctly predicted that Will Curry is a complete fraud on Contender Series. We were proven right about that. The question I have to you, Jim, is Danny Barlow bad as well? Or is he good enough to say that Santos is worthy of the we fade the bad? What do you think?
I'm so torn on this fight. We've been talking about this fight for a couple days now. And I feel like we're almost trying to convince ourselves to bet on Danny Barlow, and I just haven't bit yet. I don't know what the hell. Well, let me rephrase that. I know exactly what to expect from the Danny Barlow we all know, and the fact is that he has a right hand or a left hand, and that's about it. That's about it. There's no setup to it. It is a fantastic strike, but we've seen absolutely nothing from him in the Josh Quinlan fight, the Veretennikov fight, and the Patterson fight to say that he can do anything else but land that one shot. Is Santos the guy to avoid it? Probably not. So he's probably going to land the shot. But what happens if it doesn't work? What backup plan could Danny Barlow possibly have that we have not seen? Now, I hope he's putting work in the gym because I think physically he's got a lot of skills. But he hasn't put it all together yet in the octagon. So I want to fade Santos as much as you do. I just don't know if Danny Barlow is the guy to do it. I hate to say it again. I'll take this one not to go. Either Danny is better than we think and smokes Santos, who stinks, or Barlow really is the most one-dimensional fighter on the roster, apart from Jonathan Denise. And he's just got one skill, and that's a left hand. So we're going to find out. I'll take the under 2.5. I'll take the fight doesn't go, and I'll figure out a way to make money on that.
Yeah, Barlow, I wish we would have seen a longer fight with Sam Patterson. The fact is, it's a Sam Patterson fight. It's violence in the first round. Patterson's a finisher. This Veretennikov fight, he's so low volume, tried to clinch, tried to push guys up. I will say this. Barlow's at least a lot more... It just looks a little bit better. It looks a little more polished with his stance. He's more... I don't know what the word is, but he's not as flailing. Like, Santos
Refined.
is just like...
He's more refined.
Okay, refined. But Santos is just throwing a lot of punches. But I will say this. It's going to look better to the judges when Santos is the one walking forward, at least throwing a lot of punches. Granted, they're not landing very good. But Barlow's going to be waiting for that one Hail Mary left. And it's a beautiful left. And if the counter comes, which it will, because Santos leaves himself wide open. He can't help himself. I could totally see Santos airborne off of a... when Santos comes in and Barlow hits him so hard that Santos... There's a moment in time where Santos's feet are off the ground and he hasn't landed yet. I can absolutely see that happening. But if he, like you said, if he doesn't, look out. This is going to be a dangerous, dangerous fight for Danny Barlow. Santos is bad, and I haven't bet it yet. That tells me all I need to know. Mm-hmm. That tells me all I need to know is I have been thinking about it. And if I got to think too hard about it, that means it's probably a no bet. So
how the hell is Santos even on the rankings at 64?
It's pretty bad. And Barlow's not.
Yeah, explain that to me.
Yeah, it's a rough one. All right, we move on to Bruno Silva and Hyun Sung Park. Fascinated in your breakdown on this one. Where'd you land on this fight?
Let's start with Bruno Silva. We're looking at 14-7-2 at this point in his career. He's not getting any younger. How old is he actually specifically?
Tapology says 35.
Listen, at this division, 35 is pretty much 38. It's 39. It's approaching the end here. That being said, the guy has been fighting a very high level of competition. Josh Van and okay. He's getting hit with damage in every single fight. Now, I wasn't there, so I can't say the accusations were true, but there has been a ton of talk about this guy and PEDs and him having to get off of them. And it really does make sense. When we see him go into the cage and get these wins, he is a violent, Violent son of a bitch. But against Kopp and Van, there was just no urgency. He was trying. He was a step slow. The striking defense is not there at all. He's just there to be hit constantly. So his best attribute is his power. Well, where did that power go? Cody Djorden, not the best. Tyson Nam, it's a choke. Victor Rodriguez, we're going back to 2021 now. The infamous JP Buys. Come on, everybody could knock out JP Buys in the UFC. So I have questions about what is left from Bruno Silva. I don't think there's much left in the tank. Is Park the guy to do it? He does the UFC a massive favor. Takes this fight against Tainara, gets absolutely smoked in the fight. One-way traffic for Tatsuro Tainara. Totally different game plan. I wish we could have seen more on the feet from Park, because that would have been a very interesting test against Tainara, who is ever improving grappling. They booked Park against Steve Erceg. I'll tell you right now, I think Park beats Steve Erceg. This Steve Erceg is squeaked by the skin of his teeth in that last fight. Other than that, he's on a massive streak. I think they have something in Park, and they're setting him up to get a win against an established UFC guy that is obviously on the way out. So I'm going to take Park. I don't have an opinion on a method. It's probably going to be a wrestle fest where he gets to control and just tires out Bruno Silva, and we've seen that once Bruno Silva's tired out, he can't defend the takedowns anymore. So I will go with Park. I will go Park by decision.
Interesting. Yeah, Bruno Silva, listen, losing to Van and Kopp, I mean, he did at least make it to round 3, but he was getting his ass kicked the whole time. The fact is, Cody Djorden was tuning him up, and then he lands the big shot. He's going to need that big shot power, because I really think Park's going to wrestle him and get him to the ground and neutralize that. That's Silva's. I think it's his one path to victory. I know he submitted, Tyson Nam, but he knocked Nam down and then got on the back. It wasn't like a well thought out wrestle, grapple. Oh yeah, I worked into position and that kind of thing. So, he was going to fight Erceg, and they move him back to face Tyra. Tyra just held him down and held him down and held him down. We were pretty sure he didn't want to finish Park, but eventually it was just no, getting you out of here. So. I have loved fading Bruno Silva the last 2 fights, but against completely different fighters. Kopp and Van are the strikers. Park's going to be the wrestler. I'll begrudgingly agree with you about Park, but I think if Park wins, I think he gets the sub.
Really?
I do. I think this is on the ground, and I think Park eventually works into it. Silva does have good cardio, but it is kind of interesting. His biggest weakness, Bruno Silva is a striking defense. Park's not really that guy. That guy to exploit it. But I like Park. I'm out on Silva. I've made money betting against Silva. I know this is a pretty big step down, but you're right. When you save a fight for Tatsuya Tainara, UFC kind of does you a favor, and you have to listen to what UFC is telling you. And they're telling us, this is Park's thank you fight. Mm-hmm. So go out. We're giving you somebody that you should beat. Go out and do your thing, young man. So pick his Park. Charles Jourdain and Davey Grant. Oh, man.
I'm not going to steal your thunder on this one. You are the Davey Grant guy, so please
I'm the Davey Grant whisperer. You just keep giving me Davey Grant at plus money sports books. You just keep giving me Davey Grant. Oh, Jim, he's got that dog in him. Davey Grant has got that dog in him, and I love this man. Arguably beat Daniel Marcos. You go back and watch that fight. You can easily make the case that Davey Grant did that. They give him Ramon Tavares, Tavares kind of sucks. And then they give us big plus money on Davey Grant, and not only did I make money pre-fight, but after that first round, Jim, you and I made a sizable live bet with Damon Blackshear.
Did we get him at plus 400?
It was
some ridiculous number.
Damon Blackshear used all of his energy to hold Davey Grant down for 1 round, and at the end of the round, Davey Grant pops back up, and Blackshear's like, we were like, okay. Here's what you're getting from Davey Grant. He's not going to get tired. He's durable as hell. The last time he got finished was 2018. His losses are a split to Daniel Marcos, which arguably he won, a split to Yanez. You could even make the case for that one. What do we say about
Great
split
fight.
decisions?
Great
Yeah,
fight, by the way.
incredible fight. And Marlon Vera in his prime. That's this man's losses, and we just keep putting him at plus money. He's got submissions. He's got power. I'm telling you guys, he's not going to get tired. And Charles Jourdain, I just don't think is going to knock him out. You might have some good exchanges from Charles Jourdain, but Davey Grant is everything you want in an underdog fighter. He puts on a good fight. He's going to be moving forward. He's never overwhelmed. He's not going to look terrible in the third round. You're never going to be like, oh, that's a bad look from Davey Grant to the judges. He's a veteran. He knows how to squeak out rounds when it means the most. And I just keep watching more money come in on Jourdain. And when I see Jourdain, I'm here to kill this guy. Okay, Charles. Okay. All right, 16-8. Charles Jourdain. Congratulations on killing Victor Henry.
Yeah.
I don't buy it from Charles Jourdain. I have made so much money on Davey Grant that I'm playing with house money at this point. So I haven't even bet Davey Grant because more money keeps coming on Charles Jourdain.
No, you wait. You
just wait.
Maybe don't even bet him before the fight.
Perfect
Just
live
wait.
bet. Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. So it's going to be Davey Grant is the pick for me. I know it's Canada. I know it's Charles Jourdain. But one guy is on a really nice winning streak, and one guy's most recent win is against Victor Henry. So Davey Grant is the pick for me.
Let's talk about Charles Jourdain's wins, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Andre Ewell. Lando.
I forgot about
Venata.
Andre. I forgot about Andre Ewell. Here, let's see what Andre Ewell's up to.
18-10. That's what.
He's losing in exhibition boxing, bare knuckle, and karate. Oh boy.
Yeah, not going well. Not going well. Kron Gracie. Ricardo Ramos. Give us a little click on Ricardo Ramos, shall we?
I mean, this man just got choked out by Khan awfully, so you'll forgive me if I'm not impressed by Charles Jourdain choking him out. Which, by the way, I believe Charles Jourdain Ramos hit Charles Jourdain, knocked him down, and then stuck his neck in a guillotine.
He stuck his neck directly into a guillotine. If he doesn't stick into that guillotine, he's on top of Jourdain. He beats Victor Henry. Boy, Victor Henry, best fight of Victor Henry's career is going to be when he upset, who did he upset? Was it Barbosa? No, it was...
no, it was the veteran in his Barcelos.
Help me out here,
Barcelos. Who was not on the special vitamins
That's the
at that
peak
time.
of Victor Henry. It's never going to get better than that. That was one night magic. Other than that, the guy has been just middling. Him
getting his sack caved in against Javid.
Shit happens there. I mean, come on. But like beating Ronnie Yaya, old ass Ronnie Yaya. All right, beating Pedro Falco. Oh, come on, man. Give me a break with this guy. And a decision, too. Like an unimpressive decision. Give me a break. So Jourdain's wins have not impressed me. It's lazy to say that the move down in weight was a big, great thing for him. He has all these tools. He has this great striking. But again, is he knocking him out? No. When was Jourdain's last knockout? Just
His
go down
last knockout?
like standing
It's
finish,
guillotine,
not a choke.
Marcelo Rojo. It's a who's who of not in the UFC anymore.
He knocks out Du Ho Choi. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, Rojo and Choi. Oh, God, Damian Lapalus. Oh, these guys.
Yeah, but again, you're talking 4 or 5 years ago.
But this is what I'm saying. Is he knocking out Davey Grant? No.
Absolutely not. No chance.
Is he choking out Davey Grant? He's not going to offensively wrestle. He's going to stand. And the second that his gas tank starts to go, if it does, Davey Grant's going to be all over him like a dog on a bone, especially in round 3. So I agree with you. I think you wait and you play Davey Grant live. You hope that Jourdain comes out strong. The Canadian crowd cheers him on. Then you drop that Davey Grant hammer right halfway through the first round. Sit back and enjoy the chaos. Try to get a good bet on Jourdain. Hedge your bet out.
Love it. Love it. All right. We mentioned we got our 5% best bet. That is up over at Wager Talk. Listen, guys, the big bets have been really, really solid in MMA. We're coming off a Contender Series win on Tuesday, coming off a 5% win on Saturday. We lost a couple small ones, full disclosure, on Saturday. Special shout out to the ref who's totally screwed up the Alvarez Luque fight. That cost us one. But the big bet gets there, coming off a big win last Tuesday. Coming off a big win last Saturday on the 5%. So these 5% plays have been hitting big time. So we got one play that's up right now. Encourage everyone to get it. It's a play we bet with our own money. And those of you who've been watching us live, you can know the live bets are really good, but these 5% best bets have been absolute money in the bank. So wouldn't be promoting it if we didn't believe in it, if we didn't have some track record on that. Goal on these 5% plays, in my opinion, is 65%. At the end of the year, we're at 63%. So right on track. We get this one here, we're right at that 65%. So be really, really happy. Join us. Let's cash big on Saturday. All right, let's move on to Kyle Nelson and Matt Frevola. Jim, the floor is yours. What do you make of this one?
Oh, my kryptonite, Kyle Nelson. The guy that I pegged to fade.
Yeah.
Every time I fade Kyle Nelson, he makes me look like an absolute idiot. Every single time. Then I knew Steve Garcia was going to get him. It was about that time, and we went with it. We finally got that monkey off of my back, which was Kyle Nelson. Absolutely kills me against Padilla, kills me against Algio. Blake Builder, remember that abomination of a showing?
Builder.
Oh, it's just it's one thing to lose on a fighter, but when you have these fights, you're like, oh my God, what are you guys doing? It's Kyle Nelson. Now, credit to Kyle, he's made some improvements, and he had 3 wins in a row, but he ran into the wrecking crew that was Steve Garcia. Matt Frevola, boy, do I have questions about where this guy's head's at in his career. Like, what are we doing at this age?
Look at that picture.
35.
Look at that picture.
There was a wrestler back in the 90s that had that same getup for WWE. He's no longer there. It didn't work out so well.
Playboy version of The Undertaker.
The Brooklyn Brawler goes out for a night on the town. There you go. Here's the big question with Matt. Is his chin gone? And look, I'm going to say his chin's gone. I think it's absolutely gone. You cannot say anything about Matt Frevola wrestling. You're not allowed to talk about it anymore. Because, yes, he's a credentialed wrestler, and he never uses it. Ever. He has not been on the ground since 2022. It's been just fighting and standing and punching and knees and flying knees. It's just a mess. This is going to be an absolute car crash. Both of these guys are going to stand and throw. I don't believe Matt Frevola's chin can handle it. Kyle Nelson, not known as the biggest murderous power puncher, but Frevola leaves himself so wide open on the feet. He's going to be ripe to be countered. And I'm thinking that Kyle Nelson's going to get a win in his hometown. Safest bet on this fight doesn't go the distance. There's no way the two of these guys make it 15 minutes swinging in the center of the cage.
That's the only way I'm playing this one. Kyle Nelson gets his ass kicked, but he will stand and throw. And Frevola, yeah, you're right. Like, these guys that used to wrestle, they don't do it anymore. I'm convinced they don't do it for very long. It just must be too taxing on the body. And they go, you know what, I'm going to stand and strike. It's worked out well for Bo Nickel. It's worked out well for Carl Williams. But, yeah, Frevola's just going to stand, and whoever goes to sleep first, I'll see on the other side. So I'm with you. That's the only way you play this one. I'm not picking a winner in this one. All right. Cody Gibson and Aoriqileng. I have a strong opinion on this one, and you're like Lee Kors, so not so fast, my friend. You want me to go first?
Am I?
That way you can.
Am I not so fast? Are you sure?
Well, I'll go first on my strong opinion.
Go ahead.
My strong opinion is Aoriqileng is absolutely toast, done, gonzo, fade, no matter what. This guy got dog walked by Raul Rosas. He quit against Daniel Marcos. He was getting his ass kicked from one side of the ring to the other. He got kicked in the balls and was like, I'm out of here. It wasn't even that hard of a kick. And I know it's the balls, like, you get touched. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it hurts way. He wanted any reason to get him out of that fight. Any reason. So he gets out of there. Was it eye poke or was it balls? Whatever it was, he just quit. Johnny Munoz, whatever. Gets nuked by Zahabi. We'll get to Zahabi. He ain't knocking many people out these days. Beats Jay Perrin and Camera. You know what these three guys have in common? Yeah, they're not in the UFC anymore. Mm-hmm. So his 3 wins are against guys that are not in UFC. Who's he losing to? Jeff Molina, not in UFC. Cody Djorden, Zahabi. Losing in the first round to Zahabi, I think, is just terrible. He gets pieced up on the feet, and he makes up for it by being dominated on the ground. I have no idea what his path to victory is here. What does this man do well at this point in his career? He ain't wrestling anybody. He's not out striking anybody. And enter Cody Gibson, who is, I just think he's a better version of Aoriqileng, which is not a big compliment, but for purposes of betting this fight, it's Cody Gibson all day. He's going to be better on the ground. He's going to be a little bit better on the feet. It's not to say he's great, but this guy does have a win against Chad Anheliger and Brian Kelleher. Who's he lose to? Katona, who will go. This is in 2024 or 2023 when Katona was going 3 rounds hard. Miles Johns, this guy can wrestle. Damon Blackshear, he's been on a nice little run, but he's at least beating guys with a pulse. I have nothing positive to say when I'm looking at Aoriqileng. I have Cody Gibson. It's minus 166. You're terrified if you're betting Cody Gibson at minus 166 unless it's on Aoriqileng. I got Cody Gibson, and I love this pick.
So, call me a turncoat if you want, but I have completely changed my tune on this fight.
Okay. I guess what was your tune?
My tune was that I'm never putting money on Cody Gibson.
Okay.
You can't do it. I just can't get past Aoriqileng. I went back after we spoke and watched, and I thought you nailed it perfectly. Cody Gibson, albeit older, is a better version of Aoriqileng. He's just better. Leng has no grappling. We saw Cody was his last loss by Kimura. I don't think he's going to excel in the grappling. Actually, I think Cody Gibson is the one that's going to be live for a submission in this spot because the guy is just absolutely lost on the ground when somebody gets on top of him. We've seen Cody lock up submissions before, and he's just a veteran. So my big worry was the chin of Cody Gibson. I don't like how he reacts to shots. And after going back and watching both these guys fight, I don't know if he's getting touched. You got to touch the guy to hurt him, He's going to be too long, too big, knows how to use his range. I think he will initiate the wrestling. And at that point, you're not worried about a knockout coming. So, the path to victory to me is for Aoriqileng is to knock out Cody Gibson. I just don't see it happening. So I'll go Cody Gibson. I'm with you. Change my tune.
Again, this is not a bet on Cody Gibson. It's just a fade of Aoriqileng. Who, if you guys go back, if you guys are, like us, where we love going back and watching film, I think you'll be stunned at how bad Aoriqileng has looked recently. It's been putrid. So, all right, we move on. God, do you believe we go from Cody Gibson and Aoriqileng to Manon, Fiorot, Jasmine, Jasudavicius? Holy shit. What kind of segue is that? Jasmine, arguably the most popular Canadian fighter. Is it Mike Malott or is it Jasmine?
I think she's the best Canadian fighter. Popularity be damned.
Put that in the comment section, chat. Put that in the comment section. Who do you who's the most popular Canadian fighter? Is it Jasmine or is it Mike Malott?
Let's not forget about Brad Katona. If you're in our Discord, you know how much we love Brad Katona. Okay? I love Brad Katona Fight Week.
Mike Malott, B, Jasmine, C, other is Brad Katona.
There's a couple out there. Look, Canada's got their faults here, but I would put Jazz number 1, Malott number 2. We'll get to Malott.
I don't know. This should be the main event. If you're in Canada, I'm sorry, this should be a main event. I get it, de Ridder, Allen, but save that fight for another next event or something. But Jasmine and Fiorot should be the main event. It should be Malott and Jasmine as your co-main and main. Figure it out, UFC. It's a swing and a miss on my part where you have these 3 Canadians and then, oh, by the way, here's De Ridder and Brendan Allen. Nothing says Canadian like Reinier de Ridder and Brendan Allen. But let's go back to Fiorot and Jasmine. How do you see this fight going down?
Let's do a little side-by-side comparison here. So if we go to the measurables for Jasudavicius, let's click on her. We'll go right down here. Let's look at the measurables. 36 years old, okay, 5'7". It's big. It's big for this weight class. Is it crazy big? Here's the thing. It's been crazy big against the other fighters. Let's go over to Manon now. Let's look at her measurables. She ain't that small, everybody. When is the last time that Jazz has fought anybody her height?
It's a good point.
Hasn't been for a while. She's been taking out these one-dimensional fighters, albeit they have their skills. But the one time that she fought somebody who was well-rounded, Fatima Klein, who was up a weight class, Fatima Klein held her own.
Short notice.
She went to decision, short notice, up a weight class. If you're going to be an upper echelon, top-tier fighter, fighting for a title, I don't think you can do that. Not against a short-notice opponent. You can't give them moments. You got to handle your business. The fact is, she just fought Jessica Andrade, who, as we know, there's no ground game defensively. It was kill or be killed.
Probably done, honestly. Andrade may be done.
She's been done. She got the chin of Marina Rodriguez and the post-divorce anger Mackenzie Dern, where she lost her fire and she was just fighting to pay off her ex-husband. Andrade is done. This is a massive step down for Manon Fiorot.
Ooh, shots fired at Jasmine. Wow.
I love Jazz. I do. But her striking leaves so much to be desired. And Manon is going to be the same size. She is going to dance around the outside of the cage. The Canadian crowd is going to boo. And she's going to continue to pepper with jabs and side kicks and kicks to the thigh, that little jumping oblique kick to the thigh. And she's going to keep her distance. She went the distance with Shevchenko. I don't know if Jazz goes the distance with Valentina. She's just such a liability on the feet to get hit. I have Manon by decision, and this upsets a whole lot of Canadians that are there to watch their girl fight. I love Jazz, but this is the first big step up for her to legitimate competition, and I think she's going to need a little bit of a lesson that she's got to redirect her focus to getting better at striking. She's about to fight a world-class kickboxer that she's going to chase for 15 minutes.
Jasmine doesn't get this on the ground. It is a long, frustrating, annoying fight. I love, you talk about those side kicks, that annoying, like, Jazz starts to shoot in, and Fiorot just lands that to the hips, lands that to the gut. I don't have anything else to add. Fiorot by decision, and you're right. It's going to be the most annoying thing ever for the Canadian crowd. But, yeah, come on. Fiorot just went the distance against Valentina. Won a decision against Blanchfield, won against Rose in 2023. Like, these are good opponents. And what's the line on Valentina versus Jazz? Valentina minus what? 500. Valentina. Jasmine's not taking Valentina down and winning that fight. Aaron Blanchfield,
not at will for 5 rounds.
No. Yeah. Blanchfield. They both kind of.
That's a fight I would like to see, to be honest.
I'd love to see that fight, but
that's a great fight to me.
If Fiorot beats Blanchfield, she's beating Jazz. I think this is a terrible match. I'm actually stunned they gave Jasmine this one in Canada, but I guess you got to give her. You got to give Jasmine something.
You got to start fighting. You got to start fighting people above you.
Yeah, we loved Klein. We said that fight was going to be close. It was. Lipsky, great. Jasmine overpowered her, but then. Yeah, beat Silva, who gives up, and Andrade, who's kind of done.
May I real quick? That Silva win, I went back and watched that fight. The head case of Mayra Bueno Silva was in full effect that fight. And the no cardio of Mayra Bueno Silva was in full effect that fight. Jazz did nothing. I'm not discounting her, but she did not win that fight in some dominant fat where it made you go, wow. You're just like, my God, Bueno Silva. Get on the treadmill. Do some cardio. Learn how to get back up, for God's sake.
Get your head in the game.
Jeez, just letting your career go away, you know?
Yeah. I agree that I think this is one of my more confident plays is Fiorot to win this one. I mean, Jasmine has one shot to win this one, and that's get it on the ground. Fiorot can get up. That's the other thing. Fiorot can get up on this one, but even if Jazz can get her on the ground, it's going to be a lot of work. Move on to Marlon Vera and Ayman Zahabi. Going to you, Jim. What do you think?
You keep going to me with these guys that cost me a ton of money. Ayman Zahabi has cost me a lot of money.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, he was number one on my fade list. At one point, Ayman Zahabi, to me, was a guy that was in the UFC because of his brother. And we're going back to this Vince Morales. I mean, again, look, a loss to Ramos, a loss to Vince Morales. Then all of a sudden he fights Draco Rodriguez. Well, we remember how bad Draco Rodriguez is. I don't try to fade him there. Ricky Tercios. Ooh, that's ugly, right? Try to fade him there. Aoriqileng, there's the win there. Basharat, he beats Basharat by decision. That
Basharat shit
me.
the bed. Basharat shit the bed. Fell apart in the third round. Absolutely got cocky and fell apart. Kind of lucky to win that one.
Oh, he was. He was. Pedro Munoz, he does what he needs to do to win a decision over Stumpy Arm Pedro Munoz. The Aldo fight. I'm all over Aldo. This is the moment. Next thing you know, I'm live betting Zahabi round one and just dropping the hammer on it. So, look, I can't continue to doubt the guy. It's just cost me too much money. You guys have seen this. I'm not stubborn and thick-headed where I got to beat somebody. I'm not trying to beat the fighter. I'm trying to beat the books. So if it keeps hurting me, I'm off. I'm either not betting or I'm flipping to the other side. Lucky for me, we have Marlon Vera, who perhaps, is there another guy who pissed away in a career more than Marlon Vera has over the past 2 years?
Oh, wow. Wow, you're going there? Ooh, okay.
Why is Marlon Vera fighting at this point?
Money.
Money.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's his job. It's what he does. By the way, here's another one. I don't believe for 1 second he's 32. No, I don't believe this at all. This guy looks like he's aged a lot in the last few years, and this guy's got 34. Yeah, 34 fights, and he's supposedly 32. The days of front-kicking Fred Yeager and Dominic Cruz are long behind this, man. These fights suck, man. And you know one of my favorite things a fighter's ever said in the ring is when Sean O'Malley said, "Did Cheeto fight tonight? Was it boring?" and the whole crowd was like, "Yeah." And it is. This fights suck. Stop putting him on these cards. They're snooze fest. They're terrible fights.
He constantly gives away a round. If you're betting Cheeto Vera, you're at a disadvantage pre-fight. You just are. He gives away the first round. And every fight, what does he say before? I got to start faster. I got to come out. And what does he do? He does this. At 4 feet, and he throws a couple little leg kicks, and he gets hit 5 or 6 times and loses the first round. The speed and movement of Zahabi is going to do wonders the first 2 rounds of this fight. I believe he will be up 2-0 on the scorecards. This all comes down to the 3rd round for me. Can Zahabi maintain the pace and maintain the distance to keep Cheeto off of him? And not let Cheeto get inside and throw those elbows and knees. If this is a pure kickboxing, not Muay Thai, match at range, I think Zahabi walks through Cheeto Vera. Just outpoints him. It's going to look like a landslide of techniques, one to the other. That's an interesting thing to look at is total strikes. If you're a bettor with that, we know Corbin loves those things. So I'm interested to talk to him at some point about this fight. I have Zahabi by split decision. I think Cheeto's going to win the 3rd, and Zahabi's just going to have to survive. And it's going to be 2-1. And believe it or not, we're going to be talking about Ayman Zahabi getting into the title picture in the UFC.
Oh, my God. Oh my God. I can't believe it. No, I don't want to watch it. All right, let me give you some hilarious stats. Okay.
Go right ahead.
All right, so they have a common opponent recently. It's Pedro Munoz. What do you think how many combined significant strikes do you think Zahabi and Vera landed on Pedro Munoz?
Combined.
Combined, both of them.
Both of them 15-minute fights.
Yep.
I will say 280.
They landed 250 shots on Pedro Munoz. Now I would like to read you the rest of the fights on their significant shots. Against Fig, Vera landed 52. Against Sean O'Malley, he got outstruck 230 to 89. Against Corey Sandhagen, he got outstruck 128 to 58. Even when he beat Dominic Cruz, he got outstruck 92 to 61. We'll go to Zahabi. Zahabi outstruck Aldo 99 to 68. We talked about Munoz. Against Basharat, 75 to 67. Against Ricky Tercios, 54 to 27. The only fighter that these guys can consistently land a lot of strikes on is the T-Rex arms of Pedro
Munoz.
of Munoz. So I expect this to be a boring shit fight. I want nothing to do with it. This is a pee break fight. The only reason this fight is existing on this card is because Zahabi's from Canada. Again, is Croden getting a fight on any other card? No. Is anybody clamoring for Zahabi versus Vera on any other card? This fight stinks to high heaven, but you're right. It is Zahabi. Zahabi's the easy pick. Vera is stuck in mud. He's so slow. He's just there to get teed off on. He has no explosive power whatsoever anymore. I don't know. He's not subbing anybody. He's not knocking anybody out these days. Not the way Zahabi moves on the feet. He's not knocking out Zahabi unless he gets completely lucky catching the.
He's gonna have
chin.
to catch him. Yeah, he's gonna have to catch
Just
him
in one
coming
weird
in or something.
Yeah.
Wild.
All right, we got two more fights here to go. So if you guys could please hit the like button, leave us a comment in the comment section. Tell us if you disagree with anything you've heard here tonight. Tell us what your best bet is. If you want to join our Discord, it's the Winning in the Shadows Discord channel. Where we do all of our updates. We got a bunch of free information. We got some really good handicappers in there giving out their free plays. And if you want our 5% best bet, that is over at Wager Talk, wt.buzz/AL. Coming off big contender series wins the last 3 weeks, and we're coming off of 2 straight 5% wins in UFC. And we told you guys that we were going to have 3 straight 5% plays. We called our shots on this one. We said 2 weeks ago, 5% play. We hit that one. Said 5% play last Saturday. We hit that one, and we knew we were going to have a 5% play this Saturday. We're going to hit that one. So let's complete the 3-0 sweep. All right. Your boy Kevin Holland and Mike Malott. I don't know what to make of Kevin Holland these days, Jim. I don't know if you can make. You've been the Kevin Holland whisperer. I've been the Davey Grant
Until
whisperer.
the last fight.
Yeah, you're okay to lose one, Jim. How many Kevin
High
Holland
standards, man. High standards.
You correctly predicted Luque, Nelson, De Ridder, deletes Olga Sacek, Michael Page. You crushed all of these. The Daniel Rodriguez was about as frustrating of a loss as it gets. He absolutely pissed that one away. Now he gets a tough matchup against Mike Malott. What do you see from Kevin Holland and Malott?
Well, let's go down the classic Kevin Holland checklist.
Okay.
Does Kevin need money? First question.
I'm going to say no, he doesn't.
Okay. Let's go down the checklist, then we'll revisit.
Okay.
Is Kevin Holland motivated?
Based on interviews I've seen, yes. He is livid about the Daniel Rodriguez. He has nobody to blame but himself. He does appear to be motivated.
True. Is he motivated? Can Kevin's opponent wrestle?
This is the tough one. I knew this question was coming, and this is tough. Can he wrestle? I don't know if I would put Malott as a wrestler. Is he aggressive in the clinch? Yes. Can he clinch? Yes. Is he a go for the double leg, take you down? I don't know. You own a karate gym. What's the difference between I can clinch strong against the fence, but I'm not the guy to double leg, take you down, and wrestle you and hold you down. Like, what's the difference between that?
It's a
Between the
massive.
clinch?
It's an absolute massive difference.
I
It's
know it is. I'm
huge.
just wondering what the term
Well, the term is
is.
this: Mike Malott isn't a folk style traditional American wrestler where he can hit a blast double leg in the center of the cage.
Grant Dawson. He's not Grant.
Put you in the middle of the cage with no fence around you and get you there, and then you're there. Mike Malott's wrestling is kind of relies on flurries. It relies on chaos for him to get into dominant positions. Now, once he's in dominant positions, the guy's a fantastic grappler with finishing ability. So let's answer a couple of those questions. Does Kevin Holland need money? Kevin Holland just opened up his own gym franchise that is open to the public. It's not an MMA gym. He wants to give people places to train. So, Kevin Holland is on his 5th fight of the year. Why is Kevin Holland on his 5th fight of the year? Because Kevin Holland needs money, folks. Money. Take it from me, it is expensive to do a build-out and start a gym. He's talking about multiple locations already. He's got farms that he's funding.
I know about the farms. Yeah, I forgot about the farms.
He needs money. Kevin
the farms.
needs money. Is Kevin motivated? Kevin is so pissed off that he lost this last fight because he shouldn't lose to Daniel Rodriguez. The two fights that he says he shouldn't have lost in his career were Daniel Rodriguez and Derek Brunson. And I believe, what was his way? He said, one guy punches for shit and I should have beat him, and one guy wrestles for shit and I should have beat him. So Kevin is motivated. Can his opponent wrestle? Well, his opponent may not be able to wrestle, but he can grapple. This is an under, folks. That's the rule with Kevin Holland fights. If those three are checking off the box, we're taking this fight not to go. Here's the problem I have with Malott. Say he does need to wrestle. He's going to throw big. Maybe he'll catch Kevin. Kevin's got a ton of wear and tear this year. 5 fights is insane, and he wants another one. He wants to do 7 fights this year. It's a quick turnaround from him getting rocked by Daniel Rodriguez, which was a horrible look, absolutely horrible look. So either Malott's going to go out there and nuke Kevin, get this to the ground, and choke him out unconscious, or he's going to shoot a couple takedowns, gas out, and then he's stuck on the feet with Kevin Holland. And we've seen Mike Malott take his ball and go home. He has not had to work hard at all since that Neil Magny fight. He's managed his cardio and had the ability. I don't think he's going to be able to this time, folks. I think Kevin's motivated. I'm going to pick a side. The bet is the under. I'm going to say Kevin Holland goes back on track and frustrates the hell out of everybody that lost money on him versus Daniel Rodriguez.
Well, he pissed me off in that one, but I agree the under is the way to go in this one. Mm-hmm. We have Mike Malott, who there's been questions about cardio issues, and it reared its ugly head against Neil Magny, where he was dominating Magny, gets finished late because he had no energy. And what do we see when a guy loses a fight because of lack of cardio? He comes back and he goes, just give me 3 rounds. That's what he did against Trevin Giles. Charles Radke is not going to let you get 3 rounds. Charles Radke is going to be in your face. He's going to force the issue. I think I like where you're going with this one, that Kevin Holland is so pissed off what he did against Daniel Rodriguez that he's going to go, you know what? This ain't happening again. This is kill or be killed. I like the under on this one, and I just don't think in the co-main Mike Malott can help himself. There ain't no managing cardio for Mike Malott. He's going for it. If he thinks he's got Kevin Holland on the ropes. Yeah.
He's not going to have a choice.
Yeah. All right, we move on to the main event. Reinier de Ridder versus Brendan Allen. We've had a very, very good read on Brendan Allen. I got to tell you, Jim, I think I have a good read on this event. Let's start with Brendan Allen. You go first. We've made a lot of money. We just kind of know how his fights go. What do you take away from him?
First off, always been a fan of Brendan Allen. A kid who's had all the tools physically ever since he made it into the UFC. Has put on some fantastic performances. But the problem with Brendan Allen is that from the neck up, you never know what the hell you're going to get. You just don't. Brendan Allen will make 1 to 2 massive mistakes a fight. And it's a question of whether or not his opponent can make him pay for it or not. Marvin Vettori can't make anybody pay for anything anymore. And to be honest, Brennan didn't look good in that fight. As bad as Vettori looked, he looked horrible. Grappling match against Kyle Barala, yeah, goes the way it should. Fluffy just does what he does. We saw that one coming a mile away. There was no way Brendan Allen was winning that fight. Imavov. Schools Allen. Was that a competitive fight?
It was a shitty fight, by the way. Imavov didn't even look that good. It was a terrible fight.
But it was just, you knew it by the third. You're like, this is going to be the same thing for the next 3 rounds here. Nothing's going to change. The Chris Curtis win could have went very different ways if it's not for Curtis hurting himself in the 3rd round. And a lot of people still had Curtis winning that fight, even with the injury. I already know you're not going to rate a finish over Paul Craig as a very high amplitude.
No, I'm not.
Right?
In fact, I'm deducting a few points that it took him to round 3.
Take it away, right? Or a win over a Bruno Silva that we know has gone on record saying that he didn't want to fight anymore. Or an Andre Muniz that we just saw get absolutely nuked by Shabazian. We can keep going down here. The guy just is not going to be able to take this next step up to title contention. I don't see it. And De Ridder, boy, has he made me a believer. The guy is awkward. He's weird. Nothing makes sense about what he does. But my God,
his picture doesn't make sense.
Nothing.
Jim, his picture doesn't make sense. It looks like there's lightsabers behind him.
No.
He's in the UFC and he's walking out in a gi. Nothing about this man in UFC makes any sense.
His facial hair doesn't make sense. The shape of his head doesn't make sense. His body construction doesn't make nothing makes sense. But he continues to fight and murder people. How many times could that Whittaker fight have been stopped? I can't believe that thing went the distance. Kevin Holland said something very interesting in doing my Kevin Holland research. He was asked about who's going to win this fight. And what he said about De Ridder is, that guy is so strong. Like, you have no idea how strong he is. He is huge, first of all. He's huge. He is so strong. He just said, like, he's heavy on you. Just wears on you heavy. And when asked about Brandon Allen, he goes, well, what about Allen? He goes, well, he's got that Louisiana dog. Really? So Brendan's got a shot because he's that Louisiana dog. What does that tell you about a guy who's been in the ring with both of them?
Backhanded compliment.
Oh, yeah. That's one way of saying De Ridder's about to smoke this guy. I think this is De Ridder. Hot take, I think this is De Ridder by finish. I think he submits Brendan Allen. I think he wilts him on the ground. He takes the back at some point, and it's either ground and pound or he's going to sink that rear naked choke in. And Brendan Allen stepping up in competition has not gone well his career.
So we talk about fading the bad and riding the streaks, and there's just something about De Ridder where the stars align. The stars have aligned for this guy, and I'll tell you I will tell you the biggest stars have aligned. What do you notice? How have the stars aligned for this guy?
Certain somebody that won't be in the cage this weekend.
So the stars align. He gets Gerald Mearshart, and he looks god awful in the first 2 rounds, and then he submits him, and you're going, can't wait to fade De Ridder. God, I can't wait. So then we fade him against Kevin Holland. You called it. You said nope, just take the under. He gets Holland out of there, and you're going, what in the fucking hell is going on? Okay, Bo Nickel. All right, no way Bo Nickel doesn't wrestle him. Who does he get? Bo Nickel, the striker. Wilts Bo Nickel, and you're going, this isn't happening. And then getting Whittaker. Whittaker's going to smoke him on the feet. Whittaker looks like a shell of himself. And by the way, Whittaker came out and said, I haven't been hit that hard. Like Whittaker said the same thing. He's like, you can't believe how strong this guy is. So Holland said it, Whittaker said it. Those knees up the middle absolutely melted Whittaker. And when you see a win over Robert Whittaker, it was because of the strikes. It wasn't necessarily because he held him down, wrestled, and is Whittaker the same guy that we know from a few years ago? It doesn't look like it. So you're going, all right. No way De Ridder's going to win his next fight because they're giving him a big opponent. Who do they give him? Fluffy, and you're going, it's over. De Ridder, it's over. The streak is over. You're fighting Fluffy's going to dominate you. Fight canceled. And you're going, oh, man, maybe the stars are aligned. Well, what if we give him someone like Brendan Allen? You're like, you can't be serious, man. Like the stars have aligned for this, and you're right.
Yeah.
This is the big one. There's just sometimes life works out for people, and De Ridder has had the most incredible run the last couple of years. And what I love about him is more power to him. He's like, keep giving me, keep giving me fights. He just said 5 rounds.
He goes, I've been working for years. I don't have time to wait. Let's go.
That's what he said. I don't have time to wait. I just went 5 rounds against Whitaker in July. Yeah, but De Ridder, it's October. He's like, I know. Let's get this going, people. You're fighting Fluffy. Fine. Fluffy's out. Give me somebody else. Brendan Allen, I'm all for it. Until he gets the nightmare matchup, Fluffy was the nightmare matchup for him.
Yeah.
Until he gets the nightmare matchup, I'm not betting on him, or I'm not betting against him. I'm betting on him. This is the war. This is a nightmare for Brendan Allen. Vittori's done, gone like Gonzo. You can't depend on him, and he's losing to the best guys. It's De Ridder by finish, and I just. Sometimes when someone's on a roll, it's like at a craps table. Like a guy just keeps rolling, like 8. You're like, you're gonna go out there and bet against him? Surely he's gonna lose at some point, but in the meantime, I'm betting on him. So, yeah, it's De Ridder. It's De Ridder by finish, and I'm with you. You and I made a lot of money betting against Marvin Vettori, and make no mistake, that was not a bet on Brendan Allen. That was a bet against Vettori.
Well, also remember what was going on with Vettori. We had the passing of his brother that he decided to take a fight after. And, again, sympathies out to him. But, Brendan Allen in that situation needs to finish that fight to be considered a title challenger. As bad as Marvin looked.
All right, let's do the Parlay Buster and the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Parlay Buster's a little bit difficult here because I'm not sure how many actual parlay pieces there are.
Well, the criteria is they got to be Canadian. For starters, they got to be a Canadian. Who's it going to be?
I'm going Charles Jourdain. I've seen money come in on Charles Jourdain, so people are betting on him. And then I see he comes out with I'm here to kill this guy. All right, you have fun with that, Charles.
I'm going to do something because we know this fight is going to decision, and we know it's going to. I'm going to say it's Zahabi. Like, I'm not willing to put my money on Zahabi. Just give me the over. Like, this is going to be
you're saying if this is just a squeeze. Both guys have landed 51 punches.
Livid at the end of this when they call Marlon Vera's name. We're all going to think Zahabi won too, and it's going to be Marlon Vera wins a split decision. One last judge will have it 30-27 for Vera.
This is great. I like this one. Yeah, they just totally hose Zahabi on a questionable one. Okay. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Now we can do a lot with woulda, coulda, shouldas. You got a good one? I've got several of them.
Well, I'm not going to go by lines because God knows what they're going to be. We have huge favorites, and we know they're going to steam by fight time. So let's just go based off of what will happen. Kyle. Drew Dober getting to fight a guy who should not be in the UFC. Everything's said for Drew. The chin returns. It's Drew Dober by knockout, by finish, inside of 2 rounds. He just nukes Kyle with one of those big swinging hooks in the first round. And we all know that Kyle's not supposed to be there. 18-9, 36 years old. It reads itself. Just give me Dober by finish.
When Jordan Santos is airborne, I think we're going to regret not taking Barlow by KO when the left counter comes in. When Santos comes in, there's going to be a still frame where he's like actually thrown 2 punches at the same time and it looks like this. And then you just see Barlow's left hand like right here. And all of a sudden Santos is in midair. And in that split second, we're all going, why didn't we bet Barlow by KO? So I'm going Danny Barlow by KO. that the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Not only am I calling I'm calling the airborne on Santos here. So if we get the airborne still frame, this will be absolutely incredible. So, all right, guys, that is going to
There's
do
a
it
lot
for
of wild predictions on this card. I believe that this card is going to be interesting. I'm not going to say exciting and great fights, but I believe the results on this card will be very interesting.
There's some shitty fights. There's some really shitty
there's some
fights
stuff that could go either way. There really is.
I mean, you'll forgive me if I don't stay and watch the entire Cody Gibson Aoriqileng fight. You'll forgive me if I step out to stretch my legs during the Marlon Vera Zahabi fight. Like, there's a few of them that could be pretty bad, but the goal is to make money on them, and that's what we're here to do. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hit the like button, leave us a comment. Don't forget 5% UFC Hammer Time. Best bet is up for Saturday. Thank you so much. Jim and I will be breaking down the NFL games as well. That's going to be up on Friday or Saturday morning here on the channel. Frustrating 4-4 week in NFL. We really wanted 5-3. We really wanted that. Our goal for the end of the year is to 58, 59% on our NFL props. That's what we specialize in, NFL props. We lost the one on Monday Night Football, which pushed us to 4-4, which was just, it's an ego check. 4-4 is that a disaster? Of course not. But
no.
We really wanted it, for our record. So we're going to continue pushing for 58, 59%. We're right at 55% right now, but we're going to put up a pack probably on Thursday. It's going to have all plays for Thursday, Sunday, Monday, every single play that we have. We're averaging about 7 to 10 per week. We're pretty high volume. We lower the percentages on those, but really great way to build your bankroll. It's a lot of fun. Props are just a hell of a lot of fun. I've had really good reads on that, so invite everyone to join us. So 5% best bet, NFL props backer up. Hit the like button. Thank you so much. Let's have a big Saturday. Take care, guys.
See you then.